Why we don't go 50-50 in our relationship?
So we don't go 50-50 in our relationship because I work 70 hours a week and I pay all her bills. She a stay-at-home girlfriend because we don't got no kids. My check go direct deposit to her account every week. I don't want her to feel like she ever got to go out and work for anything. So I got my stuff.
I think that is crazy. The fact that like it's two of you guys are a team. Why would you want your partner to work 70 hours a week when you don't do anything?
Now y'all know this fake, cause he ain't eating no damn Lunchable for lunch. He might eat everybody's lunch on the table, but he ain't eating no Lunchable. It's gotta be fake, but to the point where it's slightly believable that this might be used to other men and be like, look at what this guy does for his girl. It's like the people who actually take this like that they're serious about this, and when they get into relationships, they expect someone to really handle them.
Why we don't go 50-50 in our relationship?
So we don't go 50-50 in our relationship because I work 70 hours a week and I pay all her bills. She a stay-at-home girlfriend because we don't got no kids. We live separately, so I pay the bills at her house and my house, take care of her like the queen she is. And you do stuff, what you do? Just let them know what you do too. Pack my lunch and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes I'll pack him like a little Lunchable to go in his lunchbox, or
You make the best Lunchables.
I know. You like the pizza ones or you like the sandwich ones?
I like the ones with the crackers in it and the cheese. And
Yeah,
ham.
the little sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, little cracker
The
sandwich.
little Capri Sun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He usually gotta buy him his own self something else because he act like, I don't know, sometimes he act like he's still hungry after that, which I don't know why you still hungry after I just packed you a lunch. But
My check go direct deposit to her account every week. I don't want her to feel like she ever got to go out and work for anything. So I got my stuff going direct deposit straight to her, and then I have to ask her, can I use my money when I need gas and stuff like that.
because I've been using that money to go towards, my nails.
If y'all men out there want a pretty woman, y'all gotta do stuff like this. Is this how you get them? I'm actually about to have to go to work in 30 minutes. I gotta go get dressed. I'm not even dressed. I just wanted to do this video because y'all be chiming in on our relationship all the time. But if y'all want us to do a part 2, letting y'all know other reasons why we don't go 50-50 in our relationship, let me know.
Piggyback off what he said. If you want a good woman in your life, why would you not want to pay for everything she has, pay her bills, get her toes, nails, stuff done? I just feel like a real man would do that for his woman, especially if he loved her. You love me, right?
I love you.
This can't be real.
I'm hoping it's sat.
So I don't believe this.
I'm hoping it's satire.
Yeah.
But this is what's the problem with not only social media, but this type of satire, where there's probably a ton of women who see this and they're like, babe, you see, like, he's sacrificing himself and he's not complaining. He's happy to do it. This is what a real man is. And then they live their life looking for a man like this. But then it's like, do you even want to be with this man?
Yeah, I'm refusing to believe that this is
Say it is.
the reality is.
Say
But
it
let's say
is.
it is, or even close to it.
I'm sure it exists.
Absolutely. Maybe not to that extreme where my money's getting deposited into her account, but it could. Yeah, you could. But let's say it is.
Okay.
I think that is crazy. The fact that like it's two of you guys are a team. Why would you want your partner to work 70 hours a week when you don't do anything? And I get it. Work might not be glamorous. It might not be fun all the time. But as an adult, like you got to contribute to the relationship.
But it's not even that, because I would understand if maybe, okay, like she has children, you
Right.
know? Or she's taking care of the house. But she has her own apartment also. They have their own apartments. Wait, but she does have children. They're not his kids. Didn't they?
They don't have kids.
They don't, but doesn't she have?
I didn't get that from that video.
So he pays also basically the bills for her apartment also. So they don't even live together.
They don't live
so
together.
She's not even like a stay-at-home girlfriend for their home. She's a stay-at-home girlfriend for her own home that he pays.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that he pays for his own apartment as well.
That's crazy. But it's also like it's not even your wife. It's just a girl that you have no legal obligations,
Not even
commitments,
children with.
no children with, nothing. It's just some random girl essentially. That and then you guys aren't even committed enough to live together, but you're willing to just pay for everything, and you don't really have a life because you work 70 hours a week. When do you have time for yourself?
This has to be satire.
This cannot be real.
But-
But even on a more, not as an extreme level, there are people, a lot of women out there who expect that the whole 50-50, this.
Well,
like-
what do the comments say?
so a lot of it on TikTok is like, this can't be real. This has to be satire. This and this.
Is there any women that they're like, oh,
Well, then on Instagram, you can get a little bit of a better understanding.
Ooh.
She doesn't love him. She loves She loves what she can get from him. A woman that loves you does not want you working 70 hours a week, which is true. A woman that loves you wants the best for you. They want you to be around them. They want to spend time with you. But how can you spend time with them if they work 70 hours a week?
Someone's now y'all know this fake because he ain't eating no damn Lunchable for lunch. He might eat everybody's lunch on the table, but he ain't eating no Lunchable. That's another thing, dude. It's like she doesn't even take care of him. I'm like it's it's got to be fake, but to the point where it's slightly believable that this might be used to other men and be like, look at what this guy does for his girl, where he works all these hours and he's taking care of her, and you won't even buy me flowers, or you won't even, pay for my nails or my hair, And that's where I feel like that extreme, that's where the problem really, really lies. Like the people who actually take this, like that they're serious about this, and when they get into relationships, they expect someone to really handle everything.
Yeah, and even not to like give them any more clout because they're definitely doing it just for like attention, which hey, they're getting it, but yeah, a lot of women will be out there wanting a guy to pay for everything. And it's like, why don't you guys come together as a team? Because that's what a relationship is all about.
Especially a relationship.
Exactly.
Relationship, not dating. Relationship.
Yeah, a relationship. Committed relationship. You're in it for
Teamwork.
the long run. Teamwork. Why would you want to see your partner struggling entirely on their own when you could help them out and make it easier for the both of you guys? Or essentially easier for him as well, because he's the one who's taking all that load. So, and I get it, like maybe you just had kids, maybe you're going back to school, whatever, you can't work. As long as it's like on a temporary basis where, okay, I got this, I'll work, I'll take care of it, you take care of the house, because we're in this chapter in our lives, I get that. But to just be dating, just be in a relationship, no marriage, no kids, and then you're expecting your man to pay for everything, that's crazy to me.
What I also don't like is the fact that, say this is all true, and he is working 70 hours a week. Like, does she enjoy seeing her man work 70 hours while she does nothing in her own apartment? It's not like she's even waiting for him at his apartment.
Yeah.
So it's like, what time do you even spend together? So I don't understand what would be the point of being in a relationship like that if you never really. Well, then again, actually, I'm being a little bit insensitive because there is long distance relationships. However, you FaceTime, so there is some sort of. There's jobs where people travel a lot. Look at truck drivers sometimes when they do go across country. Like you don't see them for a while, or maybe just someone who travels all the time.
Yeah.
You really don't see them. But something like this just feels very like insulting.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense to me, and yeah, there's a lot of suckers out there that fall for that nonsense, but I couldn't be with somebody who kind of just is with me because of the lifestyle I can provide for them, and that's essentially what this is. She's with him because of he's working, he's taking care of her, whatever. I mean, who knows what the hell she's doing on her side, but no. But to the general point, like, what is your take on like? I hate even saying it. Like the whole concept of 50-50 relationships, it's like almost like a buzzword that's being used on social media. Like, oh, I would never go 50-50 with my man. Like my man's supposed to pay for everything, this and this. Like, how do you view the concept of that?
I think it's fine if that's your expectation. Just know that it's gonna be a very rough road if that man doesn't commit to you. Because if you're just expecting the man to commit to you and also provide you with everything, if he were to leave, it would be very difficult for you to find another man of that caliber.
Yeah.
So I do think if there's no 50-50 monetarily, there has to be some 50%, maybe not, again, not monetarily, but there has to be some, I don't know what that agreement is. I don't know the man of that status, what his requirement would be for something in return, Because it's not going to be like, okay, I'll do all this for you. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm sure there has to be something where it's like, yeah, well, you better do this, and I need you to do this, and
It comes with
and
certain
keep
strings
this. Yeah,
attached.
like, look, I don't mind taking care of you and doing all this, but I need you to handle this stuff then.
Yeah.
Whatever that stuff is, I think that needs to be taken care of, because if you're just going to be doing, like, staying at home doing nothing and being that stay-at-home girlfriend and look pretty, unless you're with a 60-year-old guy who just has a shit ton of money and just wants you as that arm candy. But even then, once you reach a certain age, there's going to be someone younger, prettier.
Yeah, to kind of replace you in that
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. So then, like, I don't know what you're really bringing to the relationship at that point.
Yeah. I remember, I was thinking, there are some cases where a lot of people will say, well, and it makes sense for them in their dynamic of the relationship where one person is the sole financial breadwinner, and then the other person will take care of the house, take care of the kids and stuff like that, and which in that case, it might make sense for you to be the sole provider financially, and then the other
Sure.
partner kind of take care, I guess, divide and conquer. And they take care of the house.
Yeah.
In which case that makes sense. But I don't really like looking at it as like 50-50. It's like you contribute in this way, I contribute in that way. Not 50-50. And we've talked to Dr. Hasty about it. He was always like 100-0, you give it your all.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still balanced. And so is 50-50. Like
50-50 in a sense gives like I give you half, you give half.
No, not necessarily. No, I think collectively within that bucket, if you give, let's say that there's a bucket for both of us, right, of
Yeah.
what we're willing to do, right? If I give my 100%, that is 50% of the overall bucket.
It's right. It's 50% of the overall bucket, but it's 100% of me. And then
Right. So then, so the bucket. So say if I have 100% of my bucket, which is a we bucket,
yeah.
and then we have our collective bucket. It's like, okay, well, I'm pouring my 100% in there. If you pour your 100% into this bucket together, we're at 100. You can't go to 200. You know what I mean? There's no 200%.
Right, I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but to answer you, I agree with you. Where it's like it isn't 50-50. It's a give 100 and then receive. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's almost like that is what balance is, I guess. That's where the balance comes.
The problem is when you give the concept of 50-50, like you give 50%, you expect the other one to give 50, but if then they can't give 50-50, they can't give 50%.
Yeah.
That's what Dr. Hasty would be like.
No, yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Hasty's. We're graduates of
Hasty University.
Yeah, Hasty University. But I think that there is a way to create that balance within your relationship, and I think that's something that you and your partner should discuss of what that balance should be, and then stick by those. But I feel bad for any men who are in relationships where they feel like the balance is, hey, I pay for everything and she does nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
But maybe it does make sense for us because
We're broke bitches.
yeah.
I always say bring that up in our relationships.
But then but even I like to believe even if I had an insane amount of money, I wouldn't just be okay with my girlfriend or my wife not doing anything. But am I feeling this way because
You need her
because I'm outside?
You need her help, yeah, because you still need her right now.
I don't need her.
Well, you don't.
Like, I don't
you
need her in that aspect.
No.
I want her, but I don't need her.
But she does help.
She contributes, of course.
Exactly.
But I feel like it's the right thing to do. We live together. Like, we share a life together. So it's like...
You should be
You wanna
the sole
continue?
provider. She should just be here cleaning everything and not working ever. Taking care of...
But, like, the thing is, I do clean as well. In fact, I
Stop.
probably clean more than her.
Maybe that's... Yo, taking shots.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying.
so then maybe you should tell her to, hey, I'm not cleaning anymore. I'll take care of the rent, but this place, I better be able to lick the floor and nothing come off.
So, okay.
Would you be open to that?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because I don't mind... I don't make that much money to be able to say, like, yo, I got it like that.
So you need her. Just say you need her, bro.
I need her, I guess.
Yeah. You need her. I don't know, dude, but you're right. I think we're looking at it from a very different lens, for sure.
We are looking at it from a different lens. But then again, it's like, I just want like the I wouldn't want to be used in a manner where it's like what can I get from this guy? Oh, financial stability. Because it's like, fuck, like.
Well, I think the good thing is that she didn't choose you for that.
No, certainly not.
Yeah. Right. She's with you because she loves you.
Yeah.
At least we like to believe that. right?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I think it's different. Now, if you and her were to, break up, and then, you're making good money, and then you meet some girl and she just shows almost zero interest in you, but she's just with you and doesn't look forward to doing anything,
Yeah.
at that point, maybe you should reevaluate that relationship.
Certainly, for sure. I mean, yeah, hopefully I won't find myself in a position, but yeah, you're right. I guess it depends what works for you, but obviously the video that we saw is damn near fucking abuse.
What do you think? What would you, if someone is in that situation, what would you tell them?
Why are you with this person? I'll be like, why are you killing yourself to...
She's a queen, and I want her to feel like a queen. That's what he said.
Right, but if you have to work 70 hours a week...
Yeah, do you like working 70 hours?
Exactly. Do you
How often
enjoy
do you
this?
see her?
Exactly. And it's like...
What do you get out of... Unless... Maybe that's what he gets out of it.
Like
knowing that he can provide. Knowing that he can do that. Because that must be like some sort of project. In fact, actually, many moons ago, I knew this one person who... She got onto this dating site that was like looking for basically sugar daddies.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it was called, but whatever. Sinking arrangements, I think it was what it was.
Okay.
And she was with this guy, and not really with him, but the guy just wanted to spoil her, just wanted to buy stuff because he knew that it would make her happy, because he had that power to say, I could buy you whatever you want. This will make you happy. I feel good and I feel manly. I feel strong knowing that I could do that for you. And I have that capability of doing that. I don't know if anything went beyond that, but maybe that's a tick that some guys have. It's like a power trip, knowing that you can and other people can't, and you're the guy who's doing it. Or think of like if you go to a table, like, or you go to a club and you get a table. Like if you had money and you're like, I got the table. It's like, damn, whose table is this? Like, yo, that guy just dropped. It's his table. Like,
I feel like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's also like a very extreme. It's where like you could still be provide, and she can still work, and maybe you don't have to work 70 hours a week, because if she works a little bit, then now you could still be the main provider, but you actually have a balance to the point where I actually get to spend time with my queen, right? Instead of just working.
Right, yeah, like treat your queen, but also she should treat you like a king.
Exactly.
It doesn't seem like he's being treated like a king. He seems more like a peasant.
A servant.
Yeah.
Servant, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know you had something else that you wanted to kind of tie with that.
I thought so, but it
wouldn't make
I was
sense.
going to tie it more in the sense where, because I feel like sometimes women have these expectations. We've talked about it multiple times, and I don't think every woman's like that. I don't think we're with women that are like that. But the more I see all these people, like, they're tagging on social media and what life is like out there for other people. I mean, we were talking about the video that you had sent to us and the girls of like how out of the loop these people are when it comes to like how much people actually make.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, women are thinking that these guys are making 200 grand when like, what's the average? 30, 40, 50,000 is what?
There was, yeah, I mean, I thought the average was like 35, which I think is maybe a little bit too low. But let's say even if it's 50 or 60.
Right. So we live one life, but then we see online that people are believing a completely other life. So if that's how people view other people,
yeah,
I'm almost thinking like there's got to be something wrong with society right now and what these expectations are. And they're always coming from the side of women is what I'm seeing. I never see a man saying, I need a woman like this. It always seems like it's the woman that says the man has to do this. And the other video that I was talking about, if you wanted to play it, it's almost like, you get into a relationship, you look for marriage with this person, and it's like, well, why are we even getting married in the first place? And it's like, well, if it ends in divorce, what are those divorce rates? We had said how on heterosexual marriages, it's 50%, especially the first-time marriage. Men, women.
Right.
So then I believe in the video, if you want to play it, yeah, let's just go ahead and play it.
All this red pill shit, you hear these statistics, right? Gay marriage, 2 men getting married, divorce rate 26%. Male-female marriage, 50%. Lesbian woman to woman marriage, divorce rate 76%.
Wow. Well, that's what it is, man. You get two crazies together.
That's some weird, man. I mean, what do you think? Like, if you looked at the math, do you think women are the problem? I mean, I don't know.
Are they? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by that statistic. Are you? Because I feel like if you have 2 women in a monogamous relationship, you are. It's just. I think it will be a lot of conflict, a lot of back and forth. a lot of unwillingness to compromise, and more demands than you can count. So I'm not really too surprised by the statistic. What do you think?
Someone to put, don't even get started on domestic violence, which I'm not sure if they're referring to maybe
Physical.
men being the one that are born domestic violence. However, I also feel like we don't really highlight the domestic violence that happens on men also.
Oh, which
If
is insanely underreported.
Yes, I think if you even look up like, oh, my husband is yelling at me, it's like it gives you like the hotline for domestic
Yeah.
violence, domestic abuse. But if you as a man say, hey, my wife is yelling at me, and says, well, this is probably why she's yelling at you because you didn't fucking
Yeah.
clean this, you didn't put this away.
Problem is you.
Right. So
versus-
it's to your point. It has to be highly underreported. So for that comment, sure, maybe it could also be true, but you know the statistics are kind of skewed if we don't have the full report. But regardless, it almost just feels like like women with women. It seems like it's a problem
Yeah.
according to these statistics.
And it's like
Are women the problem?
arguably so based on that statistic alone. I mean, do I want to say are they a problem? They're the reason for a lot of problems, for sure, I think. What do you think?
I don't know, man. It just has to make sense because if women are having these high expectations of thinking certain things, and as a man, I think very logically, right? Like what makes sense and how can this work for both of us? And I think women, they lead with emotion. And if they're feeling emotional one day and they tell you one thing, I'll give you an example. Dude, so my girlfriend, it's the time of
Sure.
And bro, like I'll just be sitting there minding my own business and I'm getting not harassed, but I'm getting,
Beat up.
I'm getting, like a little stern talking to about things. And I'm just like I'll just be talking like this. And if it's not something that she likes to hear, she gets a little, well, why? And I'm like,
A little feisty.
And I didn't trigger anything. And I know I push buttons, but dude, I was just like, you know what? I know it's coming. I'm learning my lesson. I'm trying to navigate and adapt to it so we can avoid these things because emotions are hard to control. I understand. Let me be on your side here. We're fighting the same person here. And I try to make adjustments and somehow it's still emotions. It's hard to control. So me, I try to approach things logically and I feel like most men try to. But then maybe women, they just want to be a little bit emotional, and that's where emotional decisions really don't make some sense for all parties involved.
Yeah, and I could see that if you're in a marriage or in a relationship with like two women, that could be a huge part of the conflict.
Just imagine,
Like,
dude.
Two very strong personalities, very passionate, very in an emotional manner, bickering, butting heads. Could be. I could see that could be an issue in the long run, for sure.
That's tough, man.
I wonder. I'm curious. I wonder in those relationships, and I would love to. You gotta get some lesbians on
That's
the
the
show.
audience.
Yeah, it's all the lesbians.
Lesbians.
Out there. How does it work? Because with like a lot of women, they have crazy expectations when it comes to dating or marrying men. How does that work with as a lesbian?
Yeah.
Do you
As
have
a
this-
gay woman,
As a gay woman, do you still have the same expectation? Who's the
what are your expectations in
who
dating?
pays? How are the finances? How do you guys have those gender roles? I guess because both of you guys are women.
Do you have gender roles?
Exactly. Very good question. I'm curious because I don't know. I'm genuinely curious. So if you're in
That's
the
actually a
audience,
good
if you're listening,
question.
watching,
Yeah,
let us
anyone in the
know.
audience, this needs to be a clip.
For sure.
Anyone in the audience, if gay women,
Gay woman.
born as women, still women,
Yeah.
politically correct these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys handle relationships and expectations versus what you see online of what these women expect of men?
Yeah.
Do you guys seek that in other women? Do you guys take on the role of maybe what society would deem like the manly role, the masculine role? And then would you then be that provider?
Right. Like, do you?
What do you guys look for?
Do you follow that route or? Curious. Let us know in the comments, or if you guys want to, maybe you want to join the podcast, because that would be cool too.
We're looking for gay women.
Gay women
For the podcast.
So if you're interested, or if you have some feedback, let us know.
Thank you.
Because I'm very curious to see how they approach dating and long-term dating and a committed relationship. I'm curious.
Yeah, we've had some actually. I think we've had one.
Oh Yes,
I
actually.
don't remember. But things also changed. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We need a refresher.
We do.
What's happening now in 2024? In the gay
years.
dating, lesbian scene.
Gay world.
Gay world.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I mean, what was I gonna say? Curious to know, but I guess based on that statistic alone, women can definitely be the problem.
Numbers don't lie.
I'm not saying it.
The math is. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you got something else to say?
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Let us know in the comments. Any other topics, any other discussions, let us know. Ciao, guys.
Get me out of here.